Hey, welcome back to our podcast. We have Mario, Randy,
what's up?
and myself. Stand by.
Top Talks.
Yo!
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
We are back together again.
Oh man, we've been gone.
Back in live.
I know, right? We've been
2
gone
months,
for a while.
2-3 months.
Is it
No,
2-3
no,
months?
yeah.
No, as a whole. As a
As a
whole.
whole,
Yeah.
like either you're gone or he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Because
Yeah.
the last time we did it was me
A
and you.
while. Yeah, you too.
Yeah, he went to Germany.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Yep.
did our thing, and then you went to Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, we're back
Yeah.
and live.
we should stop leaving.
So we're just enjoying our retirement.
I know.
Enjoying our
That's it.
retirement.
Hey, this is a very interesting one.
Yeah.
I didn't know this happened until my relatives, my mom in California, told me it just happened.
Yeah.
Right.
There was a senator from California
Right?
that was actually thrown out of a briefing, handcuffed. Wait. Thrown out, put on his knees,
Yeah.
put on the floor, handcuffed.
God.
Sounds like some
Senator.
third world country
I
stuff.
know, I just,
You know what I mean?
and he's a senator.
Oh, these
Well, I don't know. I don't know the specifics, but we
Yeah.
have a clip
Yeah.
that we can watch. It's his interview
Right.
after the fact.
After
So
the
this is
fact.
his side.
It's his side.
Yeah.
So let's
Okay.
see.
Let's see.
All right.
MSNBC.
Let's check out his side.
Yeah, I don't normally watch MSNBC, but
Thank you very much. I'm joined right now by Senator Alex Padilla. Senator, thank you so much for joining us live on MSNBC. First question, how are you? We all watched the video. We saw you taken to the floor by those agents. How are you doing?
Yeah, look, I'm okay. I've been on the phone off and on with kids, right? Because my kids, word travels fast in this day and age with technology to make sure they're okay. But I think most importantly is the outrage that I hope people feel. If this can happen to a United States Senator for having the audacity to ask a question of the Secretary of Homeland Security, the same questions and requests for information that we've had, not just the last sort of week or
That's
so,
what happened right there.
the activity in
That's
Los
doing the
Angeles
briefing.
since the beginning of the administration.
But why was he?
Just imagine what
I
can
still don't
happen to
understand.
I don't know.
anybody in the country, for that matter.
We heard from you briefly at the press conference after you came outside of the federal building in Westwood. We've heard more extensively from Secretary Noem and the Department of Homeland Security, and I want to just tell you a little bit because I'm sure this has been a whirlwind about what they've been
Look at
saying.
that.
Secretary
Boom.
Noem said
Get on the
that
ground.
you,
Get on the
quote,
ground.
lunged towards her at this press conference. The Department of Homeland Security said the Secret Service believed that you were an attacker. And the Department of Homeland Security called this
What?
political
I know,
theater.
right?
Attacker.
What's your response and what's your version of what happened?
Listen.
First of all, that's ridiculous. It's a lie, but par for the course for this administration, right? So here's the stage. Look, I was in the federal building here in Los Angeles for a scheduled briefing. Just as one of my colleagues and I had to go all the way to Guantanamo Bay to begin to get information about that facility being used as a detention facility, they've been non-responsive to requests for information. And so I had scheduled, they approved a briefing with representatives of the Northern Command in that federal building. We were there prior to the 10:30 original appointment date when we caught wind that Secretary of Homeland Security is going to be down the hall at a press conference. And our briefing was now delayed because of that press conference. So since the secretary has been non-responsive, I figured let me go over and listen to what she has to say. Maybe we can glean some information here.
So let me make sure I understand that. Go ahead.
So the whole time, right? We're the whole time being escorted in this federal building by somebody from the National Guard, somebody from the FBI. I've gone through screening. This is a federal building. And so tell them, let's go listen to the press conference. They escort me over to that room. And I'm sitting in the back of the room behind the cameras, behind the reporters, listening. And at one point, it was just too much to take. Not the first, but the second attack on the political leadership of California and this notion that Donald Trump and Kristi Noem had to come in and rescue the people of Los Angeles from Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. It was too much. And so I spoke up. I introduced myself and said I had a question. Look, They said I wasn't wearing my pen. My polo says United States Senate. There was no threat. There was no lunging. I raised my voice to ask a question, and it took maybe half a second before multiple agents were on me.
The video clearly shows, and you can hear on the audio, that you identify yourself as Senator Padilla. Did you? She said you barged into the room, or you basically broke into the room. I'm paraphrasing here. Just set the record straight on that.
Yeah, no, I didn't barge into the room. As I mentioned, I was in a different conference room, a couple doors down the hall. I let it be known I'd like to go listen to the press conference. The folks that were escorting me in the building walked me over. I didn't even open the door. The door was open for me. And I spent a few minutes in the back of the room just listening in until the rhetoric, the political rhetoric, got to be too much to take. So I spoke up.
Have you seen the video yet? Well, you can look here, Senator. Have you actually watched it yourself? When you watch this, and let's go through this together. Describe to me what you're seeing. What's happening?
Oh, let's continue and listen to this thing.
Multiple people forcibly removing from the room. I know I was trying to do two things at once, try to get my question out while trying not to lose my balance. They first asked me to, get down on my knees. Like, growing up where I grew up from, where I grew up, you know what happened.
Okay.
All right.
To because I don't think they're gonna go even deeper, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And this is only one side. I actually listened to the other side already.
Okay.
So what did the other side say?
Well, again, like what he mentioned, the other side said that he was not. Nobody knew who he was. Like he never introduced himself.
Okay.
And what it appeared to be, what he was doing was an aggressor. That's why whoever was the security there
Reacted
and stopped him and tried to push him out.
Yeah.
I did see him like,
It does look like he was,
but he did introduce himself though.
like it was, apparently he did.
Yeah.
What they were saying was he did introduce himself. But when they replayed the tape, that one, he started off, I'm Senator Alex Padilla. Right? And then even when they were pushing him, he repeated it.
Yeah.
I am Senator Alex Padilla. He was kind of hard up in saying it because it didn't look like there was a lot of force.
Pushing, yeah.
But it's enough force that you could hear it in his voice that it was knocking the wind out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's just weird.
But you did see in the video that he was moving forward as he was.
It does look like it. Yeah.
He was moving forward. So if you're gonna ask a question, just raise your hand.
Yeah. So that's what everybody was saying. Like, where were you at this briefing?
Yeah.
He said he started at the very back.
Behind the camera.
Behind the cameras.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It
didn't look like
it didn't look like it. But at any rate, I don't know. I mean, he said that he was escorted into that room by his own escort from National Guard, FBI. Where were they?
Yeah.
Right.
If that's the case,
Or was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
or is it the people that put him down are his escorts or that?
I know.
Or is that a different security
Different
detail?
security
It's
detail.
kind of hard to speculate because obviously I'm only listening to his side, so obviously this is his side.
That's his
But
side.
but again, through experience as far as being military, right? Usually, when you're in I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when you're in like a
There's
VIP
there's
setting.
there's a
the
protocol.
VIP, there's a VIP because we have seen VIP before, and some point in our career we probably have been a detail like, hey, you gotta do, you know what I mean? Doesn't even have to be a VIP.
Yeah.
Just a security of some sort. Right. And most of the time, just me, based off those security. I'm trying to picture why they putting a lot of force, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time that happens when people are crossing the security line of some sort.
Well,
there's always a safe zone in a briefing.
But you have to think
You know what I
about the venue, right? Is it your place to ask a question? It's not even a question and answer forum. It's a briefing.
I think he said he was gonna listen, but he couldn't take it anymore.
With all the
So
rhetoric.
there's an intent that he was trying to do.
And kind of disruptive, I guess.
Yeah. But that's politics, though, right?
It is politics.
But again, I'm not saying that he's wrong or right because I don't know. I don't know who's wrong or right.
Here's the thing.
I'm just speculating.
I don't know, man. Are we to that stage to where you got to put down an elected official?
Yeah, I don't think it had to go that far, but again, it really depends on the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're security forces, your job is to make sure that you secure the area or whoever you're trying to protect, right? If like if I'm trying to protect you by all means necessary,
Yeah.
I gotta
You
make
subdue.
sure. I gotta make sure that you are protected.
Yeah, but
know what I
I
mean?
see his point. And I see the other, but the other side's point as well. I think nobody is right in this situation. I think they're both.
I think they
wrong.
all went out of hand.
They're both wrong.
They went
we
too far.
Right.
On
Because
both sides, yeah.
if you think about it, if you were there just to want to listen,
You should have just stayed there and listened.
just
because you're not
sit
invited
down
technically.
and shut
Yeah.
up. You know, just
yeah.
listen.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
a question and answer thing. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
But
It's not your place.
just because you're a senator doesn't necessarily mean that you can get what you want to do
Yeah.
in a place that is
Yeah.
not meant for a question and
I
answer.
see what you're saying. It's kind of like you.
I got it.
It's kind of like you. Hey, I saw a party.
Yeah.
I don't know who the freaking party is this, but I'm gonna go check it out.
Because this is what
And then once you check it out,
and when
you're
you check it out, you don't like it, and then you say something, but you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
invited.
Yeah.
I see
Like-
what you're saying.
But
a good
here's
point.
the thing though, it's like
Yeah.
it's the same thing on each side, right?
On both, right?
On both sides, right?
Yeah.
Like one will say something, blah blah, and then the other one will get offended.
Yeah, and then they react.
They react.
If we take out the party system
Okay.
and just look at
Situation.
the situation,
Okay.
just look at the situation.
Yeah.
Whether
Forget the parties. Yeah.
forget the party.
I like that view better.
Yeah. Is that right?
He's wrong.
He's wrong.
Because why? Because like I think actually he made a good scenario.
Yeah.
Like if you see a group of people and you come around and come listen in or
Yeah.
like what is it, eavesdropping.
Yeah.
And you don't like it,
You get beat the f down.
dude. Who gives a fuck what you think?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is our conversation.
Yeah.
This is ABC, not you.
Not you.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay.
Like,
And they're both wrong, right? Because
Yeah.
I think the escalation of force just went to the extreme. The individuals, yeah, I got it. He looked like he posed a threat,
yeah.
but they could have just told him, like, you know.
No, but I know, but he
Yeah.
was. But if you look at the security, they're putting force because he's.
No, he was lunging
you're
forward.
right. You're right.
He
You're right.
He was pushing himself
I
forward.
think if he didn't try to push forward, then they would have. I don't
Yeah,
think they would.
It
push
doesn't
back.
necessarily mean that because you're a senator that you can just freaking get in the front of the freaking.
Yeah.
That's their
And I
job,
think-
security.
I think you're right too. If you
Yeah.
were not pushing forward,
Then they won't push
they
back.
would probably just
Like, well,
Stand-
yeah.
stand back.
Yeah, but again, this is folks for people out there, right? Especially if you're civilian. If you have a military background or any
Oh, man.
anything that has some that have any experience of security of some sort,
yes.
I think we're pretty credential about. I think we
Yeah.
have that credential to kind of
Yeah.
see what a security should look
Because you
like.
don't know
You
every
what I mean?
senator in the freaking.
Well,
No.
you don't. And
You don't.
I think one was the one he said, "Well, this is a federal building. I've gone through the
Right.
checks, the inspections.
Right.
I was escorted by National Guard, FBI, and all that good stuff." So what he's saying is,
Yeah.
I don't pose a threat.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
but
But
he
how
acted
many-
as a threat.
But how many times has that happened in a secured location to where somebody still
Yeah.
did something wrong?
Major Hassan.
Okay, that's one, right?
I
That's
think that was a
one.
low security though. On that
Yeah.
one.
They were like in.
But it's a
Like a
military
ring.
base.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a secured place.
It's a secure place.
That is true.
You know,
yeah, you're right.
it's as
You never know.
You never know.
But then again, if you look at the guy's, the Senator Padilla's face, right?
Yeah.
He has the eyes of a mobster, man. If you look at his eye, you know what a mobster did? Like, I'll make you a deal you can't refuse. He has that eyes, man.
He's
Yeah.
it seemed like from the video, he's a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
It looked like, yeah, you see the security?
Yeah.
Dude, he's looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty big boy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that security will
yeah.
put him
But
to sleep, though.
don't get me
Besides
wrong.
the point.
But don't get me wrong. I see his point. I get it.
I do too.
But you gotta look in the mirror as well and like what put you in that
Yeah.
situation.
That
Right.
predicament of being.
It had, something
You
had
did
to
it.
happen.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think to be fair, especially for all the viewers, right? To be fair, again, this is what I hate about especially nowadays, political is like, you know, it's like, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened. But,
Oh,
but nobody was there. We weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't
this
there.
happened
Yeah.
because he was a dem.
or whatever the case may be. Right?
I'm still lacking information. I'm just saying it because of what I see and what I know, right? But like I'm just saying it for those who is listening in. Like I'm just saying it because if I was in that situation, I would probably do the same thing. If you're, if somebody was talking in the podium and that person
and you weren't invited,
and he didn't ask a question, does anybody have a question?
Right.
And it's not that forum.
Yeah.
I mean,
I take it down.
It's hard too. I mean, yes, it seems like he's got that shirt. I personally don't know about
I can
that
wear
shirt.
whatever shirt.
I mean, you can buy that on eBay.
I don't know the shirt. I don't know.
I can walk in.
Yeah, I don't know him
There's
either.
100 senators, man. I don't know them all.
Yeah, this is a shit ton
So
of senators.
next Seahawks game, I'll be in
I could say
there.
whatever.
You could, especially, even the security. With the security, I'm pretty sure they don't know every senator.
Yeah.
No.
And then after the fact that they cuffed him, they let him out.
Right.
After a while, they let him loose because now they actually found out his identity.
Okay. Fair.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
So,
But still, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't justify his actions.
yeah. And unfortunately, this is all captured on video and TV.
Yeah.
It's all plastered all over the
Right,
place.
right.
I wonder if they have a video of the beginning. I mean, the camera was rolling.
The camera was rolling,
They
actually.
should post that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that's what I want. I think that's what they should show
From the
America.
beginning, right?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
Just
But
so
it feels like
everybody.
it's a setup, though, man.
No, but that's why.
The guy who's recording is his assistant. He could have just
Dude,
told
but
the
the-
assistant,
but they
hey,
said that
start
he's-
recording this.
But he said the camera was rolling. Dude, if you get camera people and something happened, those media, I'm telling you, dude, those media is gonna get that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty sure there's a video out there. If it was really a conference
Yeah.
and those videos are rolling from the beginning, I'm sure they captured the beginning. We want to see that.
Yeah.
That would answer the question.
Yeah, that's.
And then
It's a weird situation because we don't know the whole.
No, we don't.
Because it's like for me, I only see his side,
Yeah.
Yes, and then after
and I'm not that kind of person.
I think remember he was saying that he was supposed to be there for a briefing
Yeah, next door or something.
next door, but because this briefing was going on, it was on hold, right?
Yeah.
So after that whole debacle, they said, "Do you still want to meet with the secretary?"
Yeah.
Oh, so they met.
Okay.
They talked.
Oh, the one that.
Yeah. They talked. They talked.
Okay,
I mean,
so they talk it out.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
That's
it's
not on TV.
So it's weird, like how politics work.
it does, right?
In front of people,
Yeah.
there's animosity,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
behind closed doors, like, hey, brother.
They're smoking freaking
Oh
weed
man,
together. Right.
they like each other because they're making money out of each other's actions.
Yeah, it's kind of like WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's fake news, man.
it's so sad because some people are saying like, okay, are we this way now? Are we that violent with our elected officials?
Right.
I mean, if you look at other countries when
Man.
they're on the floor
Can you mean
and
they're throwing freaking chanelas?
they
dude?
disagree, they would go to fist
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
They do. I've seen that on TV. Oh, you
Oh
see
man,
it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in Taiwan, in Malaysia.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't
I mean,
justify. But I
it
mean,
doesn't.
it doesn't. It
It's
is
fun to
not
watch.
right though. I mean, it is fun to watch
It's
for
fun
us,
to
but
watch.
it shouldn't
Can you
happen.
imagine
Though.
Manny Pacquiao?
Oh man,
And
When he was
nobody
a
miss
senator.
Man
when he was a
Shit.
senator?
July,
July 19th.
July 19th.
No. It was just it's a weird thing. If I just look at it at no political value,
Yeah.
just what happened,
Scenario.
the scenario to scenario, it just sucks.
Yeah.
It truly does suck.
Yeah.
There's a breakdown in all communications. Whether they know him or not.
Yeah.
Even though he was not invited, he was not part of it. A sitting senator walking into something, you're gonna be acknowledged.
You should.
Yeah.
You're gonna be acknowledged.
Yeah.
You know, not and
But you can't hijack the conference.
but you can't right?
Yeah.
You can't hijack
Because
the
it's not his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your point, there is a line
Right.
to where this is my fail safe.
Yeah.
You are not gonna go to the fail safe
because
because
there's-
I don't know what you could do.
Yeah. This is what I get paid to do to begin with. You're the
Right.
security, right?
Right.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we're not saying that he's gonna do something that would cause
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
harm.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're hijacking something,
Yeah.
you're disrupting the whole meeting already.
Yeah.
Just because that you didn't like the way it's being said,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we got to go beyond that.
There's a better way to address that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have waited.
Yeah, should have waited.
That's a lot of
And like,
communication.
hey, can I say something? You know, like anybody else? Because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a point where the host will say, "Does anybody have a question?"
Yeah.
He should have just waited.
Usually, if that was a briefing.
Yeah.
If it was a briefing, usually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. There's a civil way of doing things,
Interesting.
basically, right? But we want to see the video, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
So we're not dividing people. Because again, this is what usually happens in America. You show one video and then people are going to start talking about it and feel bad. But we don't have the other video.
No, we don't. And like I said, I don't really like watching
Yeah.
this particular video.
Yeah.
But
Like a half video.
yeah, but this is what I could find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
no. It's good though. It's good. Well, at least we can open it up and see what people
what's
think
been going
about
on.
it.
Yeah.
It is part of it.
But it's nice, fun to see somebody get
It
put
is.
down.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I mean, it's funny to me though.
Yeah, but to his point, what he said, if they could do this to
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
imagine those people that are being picked up by ICE
Yeah.
at a farm, at
Yeah.
a factory. They don't have any disregard for
Can I
them.
comment on what you just
Yeah,
said?
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Of course they will if you are resisting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like he looks like he was resisting.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
resisting back.
I mean, he was pushing back.
Right. So I think to protect. I mean to basically I'm not saying all police officers are gonna be like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you are resisting, then you are gonna feel some force.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
It
Now
does.
if you said okay, then all right, whatever, then there's no force gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't think if he resisted,
If they comply,
there you go. That's the word.
they're not gonna.
I
It's
think
gonna
so.
be hard.
Right now, if you regardless if you're a senator or like
Yeah.
a Snuffy Joe,
Yeah.
if you are resisting, you're gonna go on
yeah.
the ground.
It's gonna be hard though, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna. Can you imagine? I don't want to see it personally.
Yeah.
About how the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, being
Well,
caught by ICE.
I hope they're not getting abused too much though.
I know.
They should.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next segment.
That's the next segment?
That's the next segment.
All right, very
Oh.
good. Hey, that's all we got.
Yeah.
Please comment.
Yeah.
Send your comments, and
Yeah. Let
we'll
us know
try
what you
to
think.
adjust it.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Senator on the ground.
Yeah.
Senator down, Senator down. I don't care.